The American Dream, Phase 1. The myth of the American dream. America is too great for small dreams. President Ronald Reagan. What is the American dream? We all have our own unique version of what American dream means. Ask a million people to describe their dream, and you'll have millions separate, distinct, and unique individual pictures. However, there are a number of things that all our dreams have in common, no matter how different each of us is. We all want freedom and security for ourselves and our families. We want more money than we have now. We want health, happiness. We want to do something meaningful and stimulating. We want to help others while helping ourselves. Basically, we want what we don't have. We want more money, more time to enjoying the things money can buy. Isn't that true for you? Truth is, most of us aren't free to live where we choose, in a house and a neighborhood we love, because we simply cannot afford it. Today, tens of millions of people aren't living their dreams at all, are they? The truth about the American dream. What else do we want? A top-notch education for our kids? Spending time with old friends and making new friends, travel and vacations, entertainment, recreation, going out to dinner, new clothes, and whole host of other possessions and possibilities of realizing our dreams. So what happens? We finally get the special car we want, and then we stay home because we cannot afford to go out. Unfortunately, we are forced to pick just one of the things we really want and sacrifice everything else. We made a habit of settling for less as a lifestyle. Today, people aren't free to do what they really love to do for a living, what they are really good at. They are strapped to a job they don't like, or worse, one they hate, because they just have to have that paycheck to survive. I've done that, working for $5.50 an hour building boats for someone making a whole lot more money than I was, waiting on tables for $150 a week, including tips, doing a work I hated, hanging out with the buddies after work, going nowhere in a hurry. That's when I asked myself, is that all there is? I used to hear that song in my sleep. Is that all there is, my friend? My life was in the pits, yet I was too scared to leave and take a chance on something better. I knew I was worth more than $5.50 an hour, but I depended on that paycheck, and I had a family depending on me. Sounds familiar? You know, the truth is less than 1% of the people in America making over $100,000 a year dollars, and that's just about how much it takes today to even get close to financial security. The bottom line. The cornerstone of the American dream has always been financial freedom, enough money to do what you want, when you want to do it. That's not to say that money alone is what we desire most. We all know that it's not the money, but what the money will buy. As a famous restaurateur, Toots Shore, used to say, I don't want to be a millionaire, I just want to live like one. And it is true that one thing money does buy in society like ours is freedom. Money builds churches and schools and put clothes on our children's backs. Another thing money can buy today is good health. The rising cost of medical care in the United States has made it virtually impossible for people of average means to afford even basic medicines, proper health care. Truth is, people cannot afford to get sick anymore. What about adequate health insurance coverage? Did you know that nearly 50 million Americans have no health insurance? It's pretty sad when almost 70% of people under 65 years of age in the richest country in the world are one automobile accident or catastrophic illness away from being forced into bankruptcy. And is there any greater cause of stress which more and more physicians say is a primary contributor to sickness and disease than anxiety or worry over money? The shocking truth is that medical research proves the affluent are significantly healthier than the average American. You bet money can buy health and lots to it. How about happiness? They say it's one thing money can buy or can't buy. We all know that's not true. Just look at a child on a Christmas morning. Freedom, security, money, health, and happiness. We were never meant to be forced to pick just one or two. I say we deserve them all. Paying the price. Sir James Barrie, who wrote the classic fairy tale Peter Pan, once said, "Dreams do come true. You can have anything in life if you will sacrifice everything else for it." Can you believe that? Do you really have to give up everything else to get a little of what we want? How much freedom do you have if you can't pay the mortgage or the rent? What happiness is there if you don't have security? If you cannot afford good health and medical care? Or if you have to work yourself to death to pay the taxes that subsidize the other guy's health insurance? What good is having anything if you have to give up everything else to get it? No, the real American dream is to have it all. But the sad truth is, vast majority of people today don't stand a chance of getting what they want out of life. For them, the American dream has become a fairy tale, a myth. For an alarming number of people, the American dream may even become the American nightmare. Phase 2. Why? This is America. You can do anything here. Ted Turner, cable TV pioneer. Walt Disney once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." If what Uncle Walt said is true, then the only thing standing between people and the dream is the courage to pursue them. Let's talk about that for a minute. Was it a lack of courage that made us put away the childish things we dreamed of as kids? Was it a lack of courage that forced us to give up the dreams and aspirations of becoming a ballerina, baseball star, doctor, actor, astronaut, and settling into something more reasonable? Was it a lack of courage that sent high school grads into 4 years of college at a cost of $40,000 a year or more, only to graduate and find there weren't any jobs for them? Or if they did find a job, it sure wasn't anything they studied in college. Anything they spent years learning how to do, anything they really enjoyed doing. Was it a lack of courage that got millions of blue-collar men and women laid off as dinosaur industry died out? As business after businesses closed, as farms were brought up by big corporation, and as advancing technology made tens of thousands of jobs obsolete? Unemployed auto workers in Detroit, steel workers in Pittsburgh, coal miners in West Virginia, oil riggers in Houston, and thousands of small farmers throughout North America, do these people all simply lack courage, like Uncle Walt said? Was it a lack of courage that makes hundreds of thousands of smart, committed, hardworking, white-collar, loyally giving the best years of their lives to the company only to find their pay slashed at Northwest Airlines, their pension eliminated at United Airlines, or their safe, secure jobs threatened by layoffs at Dell Computer, or their lifetime careers brought out for a few $1,000s at Ford, GM, and Delphi? What about the huge layoffs that major corporations are scheduling? Despite record profits in the stock market, Citicorp is outsourcing entire department to India. Even as the gross profits continue to increase, globalization has become globalization. As American jobs are getting gobbled up by 20% in our labor in Asia and Eastern Europe. To quote the marketing slogan for an horror flick, Western workers should be afraid, be very afraid. How about the millions of men and women struggling from paycheck to paycheck is highly competitive industries like real estate, insurance, sales, auto dealership, hotels, food services, etc. Did these people really all just lack the courage to take it to pursue their dreams? Was it lack of courage that forced them, more than 2 million Americans that lost almost one of every 50 households, to file for bankruptcy? Was it lack of courage that stripped tens of millions of strong, hardworking men and women of their pensions, forcing retirees to great shoppers at Walmart or work the countries of Kinko's to pay off their prescriptions? Really, is it a lack of courage that is missing? Is that why we do not have our dreams? What about your dreams? Are you living and working the way you thought you would, the way you wanted, the way you would choose? Do you have what you dreamed of as a child? What you went to the college for? Were you rewarded by your company for your years of hard work and loyalty? Will you be able to retire like you want to? And after retirement, when you finally have the time, will you have the money to enjoy your life and family and your friends? According to Mr. Disney, if your dreams haven't come true, it's because you didn't have the courage to pursue them. Is that really true? Are we really all just a bunch of cowards? Nonsense. I truly believe that each and every one of us has an inner fire, a basic survival instinct to fight back when the chips are down. We are not cowards, neither are our friends, our families, our children. I guarantee you, none of us lack courage. We don't need prep talk. What we need is a 21st century vehicle to drive us to our dreams. So what's wrong with this picture? I'll tell you what I think. We are frustrated. Fact is, we are more than frustrated. We are angry, and we feel powerless to change the way things are. You and I may be mad as hornets, but there sure doesn't seem to be much we can do about it. Or is there? Folks, the American dream is not a myth. It's real, very real. Don't you dare let anybody steal your dreams from you. We are not cowards. We are victims of a crime, the crime of the century. Somebody stole the American dream. And it is not so much the American dream itself that they took from us, because we both know the dream is still there, somewhere. Who stole? What they stole was a vehicle that delivered it. What they stole was our ability to achieve it. What they stole was our belief that we can have it. It's part of the cover-up that keeps telling us, do what everybody else is doing. Don't rock the boat. Hey, you could lose what little you've got now. Don't blow it. Stay where you are. There is no other way. No wonder that by age 65, nearly 97-95% of all Americans are either dead broke, still working, or dependent upon families, church or state. Take away Social Security, and 1 out of every 2 senior citizens in the US would immediately descend into poverty. By the time we reach our golden age, only 5% of Americans are financially independent. That's not only sad, it's unacceptable. I challenge you to quit doing what 95% of the people do, which is to end up at the age 65 struggling to get by a Social Security subsidized by a minimum wage job. In the coming pages, I'm going to show you how you can have everything you've ever dreamed of by becoming one of those special 5%ers. So keep dreaming and keep reading to discover how to recover your American dream.